COE champion over everything.
What's going on, champions? Welcome to another episode of COE Champion Over Everything. Man, I got with me one of the hardest working dudes I know that's out there, Mr. Daniel DC Cook. DC, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Reggie? What's going on,
Man,
COE?
not much, brother. Man, I first off, I appreciate you for coming on. Man, I know you're busy, so I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come on. So that way you can kind of share your champion story, tell people a little bit about yourself and what you got going on. But we definitely wanted to highlight you. I wanted to highlight this brother for a couple of reasons. One, we're both Falcons fans. Two, we both born in the month of May. So May, we gonna be outside. That's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be outside. I love what he's doing. He has a beautiful family, a beautiful business that he has been growing for the last couple of years. And man, I'm just excited to have you on, bro. So without further ado, I'm turning it over to you, DC. You can now share your champion story. You're on the podium.
Indeed, 522 event group. If you look at the phone, you look at your dial keypad, 522, that's LAC. Those are the initials for my three daughters, Leah, London, and Layla. Both of all their middle initials are A, and of course their last name being with a C. And I started 522 a couple of years ago, and it just kind of stemmed from me hosting events, smaller events on a smaller scale at home, gathering friends together, connecting them for social gatherings, just having a good time. One of my good friends came down, got some friends together at a quick no minutes notice. We had a great time, and he said, something you probably should do. Like, you do this kind of naturally. And I'm like, I just like doing it for fun, having a good time, just bringing people together. He said, man, you have three daughters. That having for fun is not paying any bills. Should do it on a larger scale. Without any further thinking, I came up with the concept, put the LLC together, and here we are 2 years later, 522 Event Group. We specialize in marketing, curating, executing social recurring events, whether that's weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually. We just enjoy getting people together, giving them some fresh ideas, getting together and allowing them to have a good time. It's all about positivity, uplifting, and whenever we can, it's about giving back. And that's what it's all about.
100. Man, I remember, I think one of the initial programs or events that you threw were for the men, went from the men to the women, and went from the women to I had a chance to talk to DC. We missed the first silent block party, but there was a Halloween party planned. We were able to connect and talk. And I told him, I said, man, I love what you're doing. We got to get you on the show. And we were able, my wife and I and a couple of friends were able to do the second silent block party. And like, man, it was chill. Like when I say no stress, laid back, just chill type of events that he's been doing around the Hub City, man, it's major. And then of course he has the Hub City Sneaker Ball, and this will be round 2 of the Hub City Sneaker Ball, right?
Hub City Sneaker Ball 2, yes, Saturday, May 7th, 2022. The second edition of Hub City Sneaker Ball will look to get to the 10 and 20 and 40 and beyond and keep doing it. Hub City Sneaker Ball. I wanted to do something in formal fashion for my birthday, my 40th birthday last year, 2021. I knew I wanted to do something formal. I wanted to do some kind of unique, and that's when the sneaker ball idea came up. Now, I didn't create the sneaker ball. Sneaker ball is not new. In theory, it's been going on for ever and a day in other cities, but I hadn't seen one here in the area. So I got connected with some friends that, hey, I think it was May 6th, 2021, we're going to have this 40th birthday. We're going to do it as a sneaker ball. Gave them the concept. Because of COVID, we were limited, so I slow rolled it. It was just kind of pushing it out to family, friends that had been to some previous events, and just kind of walked it like that because I was limited in capacity that I could have. Well, fast forward to that date, it was a huge success. With it, I said, hey, if we're going to do this, let's donate some shoes, a pair of newer, gently worn shoes we can give back to school-age kids. from kindergarten, K through 12, right? So they did that. And then let's look at the community impact focus. What's a hot button topic going on? What's going on? What are we facing? What's current? And at the time, I was looking at Black community development, education, and I was partnered with Country Kids. They do ACT prep, college tours, etiquette. Alicia Barnes and her group and her team, they do a good job with that in the community. So it was only right to connect with them and donate some of the proceeds from the events back to them. The event happened and everyone looked amazing, exceeded all expectations. WDAM, Hattiesburg American had a lot of news and media coverage. And it was just a successful event that just inspired me to keep going. I knew I wanted to, again, do something on a larger scale, something we can give back to and do it annually. And that's how I was born, man. I can't say enough about Hub City Sneaker Ball. Just looking at part one, just the support that I received from just the peers and friends and tapping in and purchasing tickets, donating shoes, and just being a part of it. It was something special. So we have that coming up, and I look forward to many of them to come.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, as DC is talking about the Hub City Sneaker Ball, you know, there are so many different concepts. You know, yeah, we want to have fun. We want to get outside. We want to be with people of like minds, even different mindsets. We just want to have fun. We want to do so in a safe environment. And that's one thing that he created and brought to the city. But more importantly, that philanthropy piece, being able to connect with other groups and give back to our community. And I think that's huge. And I know right now you got a bunch of different partnerships that's going into the second edition of the Hub City Sneaker Ball. Can you tell us about a few of your partnerships that you may have?
Goodness, you know, on the first one, it was from the ground up. We didn't have anything to show proof of. We just had an idea of a concept. So a lot of it was straight from the ground up, through donations from friends and family, through ticket sales. We actually just almost broke even. We exceeded it. We maybe had a profit of about $534, in which the goal was initially to donate $1,000 back. Well, Jumperoo, Nick Fairley with Fairley's Wings, they saw that I didn't meet the goal. They immediately tapped in, donated additional funds to get us to that $1,000 mark. So was in gratitude, was grateful for them to do that. And we were able to donate that $1,000 that we initially set out to get. Moving on to part two. So now I have footage. I have history of it happening. I have news media, print coverage, everything to go along with it. So reaching out for sponsorship the second time around was almost a no-brainer, and people responded quickly. Peanuts Moving Service, without hesitation, tapped in as a sponsor. Bancorp South, Mr. McCullum at Bancorp South and their team, they tapped in immediately. Buchanan Law in Jackson, Mississippi, they tapped in. Channel Control Merchants, who provided and donated a lot of shoes to us last year, they became a sponsor as well. Fairley's Wings came back around again for the second year in a row, one of our biggest supporters. Twilly Philly, Tito's Vodka, you know, reached out to them and pitched the concept. They came in. Johnson Brothers in Jackson, Mississippi, Mr. Larry Leggett, they tapped in with some sponsorships. And then I have a lot of just contributors and donators to the group. We have the Bougie Pop-Up Market with Daniela, that Magic Hand Salon. Of course, you have the Barber Studio. The Barber Studio, they've been a supporter and a drop-off location for the shoes. A ton of supporters, just small groups. And with that, when you talk about 522, the whole concept, the event group, you may think, hey, DC has a large organization. It consists of my wife and some close family and friends that kind of trip in as the group. But the group is you all, Champion Over Everything, Magic Hands, who you got? You got Twilly Philly, like I mentioned them earlier. You have the pop-up markets. You have just a ton of different small groups that I wanted to connect with and then kind of spotlight and highlight their organization. So I look at it like this. If you have a catering business, hey, let's partner together. You be the caterer for the food. I host the event. If you have any type of organization that we can partner together and it just makes sense, let's do it. You know, I don't want to step into your lane and not step in other lanes. Let's just partner together because we're stronger together. So I've been using it to make the 522 event group portion of it the additional supporters in the area. So, you know, using all those and people reach out, you know, I welcome someone I ask for to seek it. It's whatever you want to do, whatever makes sense. Maybe you have a woodwork business. Maybe you have treats, a food, a catering, whatever it may be. What do you want to offer to the events to enhance the event? Because any support enhances it. From the smallest of giveaways to a $10 gift certificate to a $100 gift certificate, or to something in between. Anything that you can add to the group, that you can add to the event, enhances it, and I welcome it. So that's a part of it. Nobody's denied. No guest is denied. If you want to attend, you want to be a part, come on in. And that's the concept behind the event group portion of it. It's all of us together.
Gotcha. And then DC, you do a little bit of consulting as well. You know, I sit on a board of a local organization that is definitely hands-on and, you know, making sure people's needs are met. And we were planning the event. Unfortunately, you know, things didn't work out to where we can go ahead and do this event. But one person that the leaders of the group reached out to was DC. So tell us a little bit how the consulting side of what you do works and how people can connect with you there.
So with the planning, the curating, the marketing, executing events, I've had various groups, individuals that reach out, hey, can you help us plan this event, plan this part? This is what we want to do. I have a lot of various small resources from food vendors to rental equipment, upper echelon rentals. I've used them a lot for a lot of my events, videography, photography. So people that I've been using or businesses that I've been using, it's just a quick access that maybe people don't have the access to or don't have the quick resources to get to. So a part of me and part of us is partnering. Hey, what do you want to do? And kind of find, it's almost kind of like event planning, basically, essentially on a side to where I can either use the resources that I have, or if you have resources that you want to go through, then we can partner with them as well. So in a nutshell, it's basically planning, executing, hosting, and as I spoke, you know, curating, kind of putting on these events for others as well. You know, 522 and my thoughts on it all was me basically essentially with the team creating, executing, curating these events for others to join. You know, silent headphones party you mentioned. Again, another concept that's not new. You've had a few marked around here over the few years, nothing large scale, but here and there, I think Southern Miss has done some. I've heard of one a while ago, but just bringing those events here, I feel like this. Anything you've seen anywhere on the globe, here in the U.S. or abroad, we could do the same thing here. Maybe not as large scale, maybe not as frequently, but we can execute those things here. They put their pants on, their clothes on, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like us, and we can do it. And so that's where the concept came about. Of course, maybe we can't do it monthly, maybe we can't do it quarterly, but maybe we can do it annually because we have a crowd of people that want it. And so that's where that came about, and just hosting those events. So I take ideas, I talk to people. Hey, what do you want? What are you looking for? What do you want to do? People pitch ideas. Hey, it sounds like a winner. Let's do it. You mentioned the Father's event. Following last year's Sneaker Ball, I was trying to think of what's the next event. What am I going to do next? I'm in the garage working out, doing jumping jacks, doing my thing. I was thinking I'm going to do a brunch. I want to get brunches going. Then I thought, what about Father's Day? Like, I love being a father. I love what fatherhood represents. I love seeing fathers. I'm motivated by other fathers. And I said, let's do something for the fathers. Sure, you know, Mother's Day takes center stage, and rightfully so. What mothers do, their contributions to parenthood, to motherhood are limitless. The contribution is invaluable, and it's immeasurable. But me as a father, I wanted to recognize the guys. And the concept came, if you've seen the Rock Nation brunch, you ever seen that they have during Grammy weekend?
Yeah.
You know, I dressed up, toasting champagne. That was really the concept I started with, the vision in my mind. I typically always start with a vision and then I backwards plan it. How do I get to that vision, right? How do I get to that endpoint? And I saw that semi-formal event, summer semi-formal fresh, guys, bottles, champagne, cigars, food, connecting, networking. And that's where the concept started. Reached out to friends and family at Nostalgia Bar, Lounge and Bar, and they were all in immediately. And the concept was born. And I look at the Sneaker Ball as our banner event, our signature event. But really, that Father's event, Only the Father Champagne Brunch, was so impactful, so powerful. It was shared more than I could have imagined, just the repost of it, because I think it was something that you don't typically see, especially in this area.
Right.
A bunch of African American males together, dressed well, love uplifting for a good concept like celebrating fatherhood, being proud, active fathers. And that right there, I'm looking forward to part 2. We're doing that again the Saturday before Father's Day, June 18th, 2022. We're running back to part 2. We're looking to make that larger, bigger. A lot of people saw about it, heard about it, wanted to be involved. So as soon as we finish up the Sneaker Ball, we're going full speed ahead, jumping into Only the Father Champagne Brunch.
Yeah. Awesome. Another awesome event. I was on the outside looking in. I had some stuff going on, but to see the impact, I was like, man, DC, hey, they did that. I like that. So hopefully this year I can make it to the second one. One thing you said, and a lot of events, people don't realize it, but you mentioned networking. So how important is networking through the various events that you've had?
I mean, let's see. Of course, having the finance the event, I guess, you can't put the event on if you don't have the revenue, but that right there probably would take a backstage to the networking. When you look at the networking, one of my largest sponsors, Bancorp South, that relationship was built from the Father's event. Yeah. One of the gentlemen, Father's event, Matthew McCullum, was there. He was a guest of another gentleman that was there that invited him to come along. And we didn't even have a long conversation at the event, just kind of a couple minutes here and there, small talk. But after the event, he reached out. He enjoyed the event so well. We had a lunch. We talked about opportunities that could present itself for future events, if I'm doing things on the line of what I did for the Father's Day event. And that was born. Coming back around a second time for Hub City Sneaker Ball, I sent them a sponsorship letter. He pitched it to the team, to the partners, and they became one of our largest sponsors for Hub City Sneaker Ball too. So that network in itself, invaluable. I saw so many connections made. Yeah. It was uplifting to see the guys just from afar, like so many bros, I love you, thank yous, hugs, just like, I felt like, man, I was doing something for humanity. Yeah. That night, that whole night, celebrating it, like we were just so like lit because of just what we had achieved and just putting the guys together on some full positivity, bringing strangers and familiar people together that just connected like they've known each other for years. So 127 1633 Smoking Charlie barbecue where you wanna eat. Yeah. 60127 1633 Smoking Charlie barbecue where you wanna eat. Yeah. That right there, the networking by far. When you look at it, I look at the sponsors for this year's event, Hub City Sneaker Ball, Peanuts Movement Service, been knowing LaShawn for some time now. Torrin Buchanan with Buchanan Law. I've been knowing Torrin since high school. We went to separate high schools. We've always had a mutual friendship, mutual respect, but really have not seen each other in years because he's moved away. I've been my travels with the military, but after the first sneaker ball, he said, hey, next year I want to be a part. I want to do something.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he's back out, man of his word, sponsorship, just like that. So those networks and those connections, I can't say enough about it. With that, I want to expand that and outreach and bring more partners in, bring more diversity, bring more groups in to be involved with it, to tap into, some things in our culture. We tap into other cultures. I want to bridge that and bring that together too. Mm-hmm. That's been one I really wanted to bridge. I grew up an Army brat, born in Georgia, moved to Germany, North Carolina, all over the world, traveled with the military. And I grew up in such a diverse setting. It didn't get separated or divided until I moved to Mississippi. It became more like black and white, where I was used to black, white, Asian, Hispanic, all different ethnicities, classmates and friends. And then when I came here, it was kind of like, it's just really just black and white. And, I feel comfortable around any race, any culture, but I just see a lot of, divide in what goes on. And I want to bring that together. I want to tap into other cultures. I want them to experience our cultures. I want to experience those things together. And so I've spoken about that a few times at different events. It's just connecting with the right partners and groups to just bring that together and just be all one big family, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we one big melting pot. Like you said, we are better together, and we can accomplish a lot more without any type of division. So I commend you on your goals and aspirations to bring more people together. As you said, those different cultures and backgrounds. Man, let me ask you this. We got the sneaker ball coming up. Two of the guests that we've had on the COE podcast, my brothers Merk and Kaki, they're gonna be doing something, a part of the event. So you got them on. They're better known as the Vibe Controllers. Who else do you have on the guest list and that we can expect, and what can we expect from the event? I know you don't want to share too much because we want the people to come in and enjoy it. But what you got, bro?
You know me, Reggie, man. I'm chomping at the bit to just like post and share things I got, but I'm like, let me hold back. I'm heavy on the social media, so I'm posting a lot of things, but a lot of things with the event, I just want to let you see it when you get there. So there's a lot.
Linked Up, man, is a nonprofit, and essentially, man, it exists to help close the wealth gap, and we do that by providing financial education, home ownership opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities, and access to mainstream banking to people in underserved communities.
Get there. So there's a lot of surprises in store that I'm looking forward to. The Vibe Controllers, ran into them for homecoming, and what I would hear from afar, people would say, oh, DC, I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing. The Father's event, the sneaker ball. And people are aware, though I didn't know they were aware of saw, but people are aware and seeing things. So they said, hey, we have to connect sometime. And a lot of times it's a conversation that's kind of small talk. People are saying and stuff never comes around, And when they said that, as I came around to part two, last year, Dawn, Mississippi Montgomery, from Mississippi, living in Atlanta, she was our host last year. And this year, I thought, who else? The Vibe Controllers. Reached out to them. It was coming up on their 40th birthday, so I was trying to kind of give them a chance, let them celebrate that, get that out of the way, but I had to put it in the air. And without hesitation, hey, let's do it. So got them. They're going to be our special guest hosts, controlling the vibes. Looking forward to seeing them there and do their thing. They do it like no others, and you have a duo like that, which to this day, I cannot tell them apart. Hey, Vibe Controllers, Kaki, hey, Mark B, whoever. I'm looking at one calling the other, but hey, I'm looking forward to having them. We got DJ Tech out of Meridian. DJ Tech did the T event for me. He's going to hold it down. Of course, I had Cujo, the GOAT, the legend Cujo did Hub City Sneaker Ball 1. We got another young legend in himself, DJ Tech out of Meridian. He's coming to do part 2 for us. The team, 522 team, of course. You got the wife, you got Dominique, Danielle, Sierra, Shaquille Taylor, Jason Hurd, Russell Mark. That's a part of the team that's going to be helping us put everything together. Who else? Of course, Southern Miss, their caterer, Airmark, does the catering. We have just in the guests. You know, I'm expecting. I've sent out some invites to some distinguished guests, some special guest visitors. So hopefully they'll be able to be in attendance as well. But other than that, it's really all about the attendees, the guests, the you all. It's really all about y'all, because without you all, the event is nothing. So just looking forward to that. Of course, we're going to have the silent auction again. We'll be doing that. We'll be having the raffles going on. We'll have the 360 photo booth by 3B Productions, Terrence Bivens and his organization company doing that. Just a lot in store. So really looking forward to that. It'll be a fun event.
Yeah, looking forward to it. One thing I know that you did post that I'm excited about, and I want you to kind of speak to the criteria just a little bit. Man, you know, when we think about balls, you know, there's normally a crowning of a king and a queen. So for y'all that don't know, there will be a crowning of king and queens, but there is some criteria that goes along with that. So if you can speak briefly to you know what it's gonna take to get that crown.
Yeah. So with the crown, we're coming up on. We have 6 different criteria that the judges are looking for. Of course, we have the appearance, we have style, we have accessories, your confidence, sneaker pairing, and sneaker exclusivity. So we have those 6 graded on 1 through 5 for a total of 30 points. So with that, you know, maybe the appearance is a 3, but maybe the exclusivity is a 5. You know, maybe you don't, the accessories, maybe they don't blow it out the water, but maybe the sneaker pairing, the way you pair it, the sneakers do. And when you think of things like sneaker pairing, doesn't necessarily have to be a matching shoe or fit well. Maybe it's a color that goes with, that just sits well with it. You know, at the end of the day, when they're crowned king and queen, everybody in the building is going to feel like they should have won if they didn't. You know, and last year, and not deny, last year, it could have went to an array of different guests in the building. Everybody was looking like it, feeling like it, dressed like it, and I was overly impressed. But this year, we're the team of us. I typically stay out of that because I know most of the guests there, so I kind of keep it neutral in that sense and allow the team to be it. So of course, the vibe controls will be a part of that as well. And you know, I think last year we kind of more so observed all the guests and chose one based on who we thought or who they thought. This year that we're doubling up the crowd pretty much, or increasing by about 100. We're going to offer it to those who want to be considered for it. So instead of having all 250 guests be considered, those that want to be considered, and maybe all 250 guests want to be considered, but sometimes people are just there and they don't want to be in that spotlight. So we're going to allow them to sign up or be a part of it, and we'll go from there. So may the best king, may the best queen, may the best appearance, style, accessories, confidence, sneaker pairing, and exclusivity win.
That's what's up, man. All right, DC, we coming to the end of the show, man. But before we do, is there anything that that you may want to add that I did not, that I may have missed in my questioning?
Yeah, no. So you pretty much covered a lot of things. You know, following the Father's event, we did an all women's tea event, another uplifting event for the ladies. I was talking to one of our guests the other night and asked her about it. And, you know, what did she like about it? What could we have done better? She said it was amazing. A lot of times when you have these events, it's kind of more like just a show to look good and take the pictures. But she really liked the educational piece of it. They had small breakout groups. Each of the hosts, I had 4 hosts that had a different segment of it. They connected on a level, and I was trying to recreate what we had with the Father's event, which had just happened natural, just a natural bond. But all ladies event, it met the intent as well. So we have that will be going on in the fall time frame, early fall. And then small other recurring events, like I said, the Silent Headphones Party, we've done that twice now. We'll probably throw one of them back in the summertime. And like you said, just a cool vibe. If you haven't had the concept, you have the headphones, you have up to 4 different channels where you can pick your different genres of music. We've done trap, we've done 90s, we've done 2000s, we've done Afrobeats, we've done R&B, and pitching those all together, allowing the crowd to select what they want to hear in a unique way to where multiple people could be listening to multiple networks. So as you said, just a chill vibe, a lot of singing along, and just a lot. We'll be doing that, and just looking to bring and add on to create, build, continue to enhance, continue to bring fresh new ideas to the city, continue to give back to the city whenever we can, and just creating a space for people to come out and have a good time. It's all love. Everyone's welcome. It's all fun. And it's just about having a good time. And that's what I'm here to do. And as at 522 is partner with other groups for different ideas, partner together and for larger scale events.
Gotcha. So if anybody wants to connect with you, partner for future events, how can they reach you?
Yeah, of course. So you have 522 Event Group on Facebook. They can follow us there. We have 522 Event Group on Instagram. They can follow us there. We have hcsneakerball.com. That's Hub City, hcsneakerball.com. That's our website for the ball. We also have HC Sneakerball on Instagram. You can find me at email at Daniel at 522events.com. I can be contacted there. I'm easy to find. I'm always around. Just connect in every which way you want to. I appreciate the support. I value the support. And I'm looking to expand the connection. So in every which way I can help you, in every which way you can help us at 522, and every which way we can help the city or the community, we're all for it.
That's it. That's it. All right, DC, once again, brother, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Much love. We will be in attendance at the Hub City Sneaker Ball. I know we hadn't talked since then, but yeah, we will be there, man. Looking forward to a wonderful time just to kind of get outside. Like I told y'all, man, it's summertime. We about to be outside. You know, we need this. We've been inside for too long. So it's gonna be good. But you know, some key takeaways. Make sure that when you're at these events, think about the networking aspect of it, but also, you know, think about the enjoyment side, because, you know, you definitely want to release any tension, release any anxiety. And these events are curated to the point to where, man, it's just happy feelings in the air. So that's our time today. COE, champion over everything.
COE, appreciate you, Reggie. Thank you, and COE. Appreciate it. Love.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to COE, champion over everything.